The approach that we adopted when we introduced it was to deliver to the whole staff. And we actually showed them the video of Carol Dweck explaining growth mindset from the Scottish Learning Festival. So that meant you had a basis for all the staff, or an understanding amongst all the staff in terms of what growth mindset was about. And from that we asked for volunteers. And initially we got a group of 20. And that was a very pleasant surprise, because at that point there was no blueprint or other schools that were taking growth mindset forward. So there was no model about how to do growth mindset in a secondary school. But how do you do growth mindset in building a culture in a school? So from that we then broke into smaller groups, because we had this willingness in staff. We set up a pupil group, we set up a staff group, and we set up a parent group, and they went and worked on developing the materials for each group. So in the initial stages we came up with things like posters, advice to staff, assemblies, and kind of obvious things. But that only really took us so far, and it was really moving on from that we decided we really need to get deeper, particularly with the staff, in terms of giving the materials, which with the best will in the world, teachers are very busy, they might not read the materials. So we actually set aside a day to introduce growth mindset training, and used juggling as the door to introducing that. And again, that helped develop or raise awareness of growth mindset among staff. And we also had a day for parents, or an evening for parents, where we talked about what growth mindset was. And that was on the back of the old UCAS night. And indeed we've tried that various ways over the years, and the best way was actually when the pupils delivered it, and that was a fantastic night, and it really allowed the community to come together, because you had the pupils telling the parents about how important growth mindset was. By accident or design, that was actually a really crucial part of the process, because in terms of introducing it into the school, it gave ownership to the staff. There was a willingness in staff, there was a belief that it was important, they understood what growth mindset was about, but the big challenge was, well, how do you build a culture of growth mindset? And I'm not pretending for a second that we necessarily got it all right. In fact, we definitely didn't, but in a very growth mindset way, the things that we got wrong, we revisited, and it allowed us to go again. And we have made mistakes, but I think the biggest challenge really is getting that initial momentum going in a school.